Hello, we want to welcome you to the Riverside Weekly. We hope your time with us today is thought-provoking, spiritually challenging, and a life-changing experience. Our discussions and messages can be raw, real, and at times very uncomfortable and even controversial. We highly encourage all of our guests and listeners to take notes, leave comments, and when possible, always share what you hear. And now here are your hosts, Pastor Selo and Pastor Mia.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Wednesday.
How's everybody doing this morning? It's early.
Sleepy eye.
I think I do have sleep in my eyes.
I don't know, but your hair looks like you robbed a bank. You went to go rob a bank this morning. Let's see. Did you have enough time?
Almost.
4 a.m. I meant, everyone could be asleep.
Yep. This is I woke up like this. Look.
Ooh. Oh. Hair flip on him. You should fix that hair. I'm just saying.
I'm good.
Anyway. Hey. Hello, everybody.
What's up? What's up?
Right. So you can't be quiet. You have to be excited. I tell you this every single time.
We go through this all the time. They already know that. You already know the drill.
To wake up?
I'm here. I'm awake.
I was making the coffee and I made it in this cup and all I could hear was Canada, 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 Canada.
Is that a commercial?
It's a movie line.
Oh.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh.
Remember he goes Canada, 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 Canada. Okay, same thing. That's what the cup made me think of, guys. There's sorry. Now that makes more sense. Canada, 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 Canada.
Yeah, I was going to try to talk like a Canadian, but I don't know how they sound.
I don't either. I don't
I know
know.
they use A all the time.
I don't know, but the other
No,
day.
I'm saying A.
no, they really don't. They really don't. I did hear that the other day. Somebody said that, and they were like, by the way, Canadians don't always say A after
A?
everything. They don't. They
They
don't.
go, we don't always say A, eh?
But I will say that I did have some people that I thought were Canadians, but they weren't. They were like, can I have a cup of coffee? And I was like, oh, I know where you're from. It wasn't Canada.
East Coast.
Yeah. And I was like, say that again. Say it again. It's so awesome. Anyway, words are amazing. Pronunciations, syllables.
Enunciation.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Well, there could be a number of things, but I think you had a really good one. And I think this is up for debate. And I think it'd be great if you start us off and then I just come in and give you my 50 cents. And here's 50 cents. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we were talking about the other day. We were talking about paying
for chores.
For chores.
Why does it take you so long to get things out?
Thought,
Guys, I just want you to
process.
know, all our life, I have told him he's like the $10,000 pyramid.
See, they don't even know what that is. Most people listening.
Everyone go Google $10,000 pyramid because it was a game where one person was on this side, one person was on that side, and they'd say, it's blue, it's square, and the other person have to take those clues and come up with the word. And I swear that's how it is with him. I'm like.
So I'm thinking of a word, and it's called chores.
Okay, there, we got it out.
Anyway, we're talking about
paying kids for chores.
Paying kids to do chores, and we were having a conversation, and I was just saying, we never paid our kids to do chores, and I never got paid to do chores. And
wait a minute. He was saying that.
I was saying that,
not me.
So I was that's what we're just talking about is like, why do
birds sing?
Why do birds sing? Why do I guess why do parents feel like they need to pay their kids to do chores?
So were you asking this question, or were you saying, were you going to give us your opinion?
Well, we were having a discussion about it, and that was my question is like, I don't understand why parents feel like they have to pay their kids to do chores. When you look at She's not done yet. Give her a second. She'll be done in just a second.
Ooh, one shy. Okay, go ahead.
All right, bless you.
Thanks.
There. And everybody else is going, bless you, bless you. And so
6 times. 6 times.
when I was growing up, you didn't get paid we didn't get paid to do chores, or anything like that. And a lot of it was because my dad, when he heard about, like so-and-so's getting paid to do chores, you gonna pay us to do our chores. And my mom and dad are like, no, I ain't paying you to do chores. You don't get paid to, when you get older, basically what he would tell us is when you get older, nobody's going to pay you to take the trash out. If you don't take the trash out, then your house just starts stinking. Nobody's going to pay you to cut the grass. You just cut the grass, and that's your responsibility. So in that thought process, when you don't get paid to flow the clothes, you don't get paid to do laundry, you don't get paid to wash dishes, clean the house, like all those chores or things that are responsibilities that we're supposed to be taking care of as kids or whatever. We never got paid to do any of that stuff. As a matter of fact, my mom and dad would make us go and help other people do things, grandparents or cousins or aunts or uncles, mostly aunts and uncles. We would go help them with projects or do things, and we weren't allowed
for free.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to get paid for anything.
No.
If they gave us money, if they offered, that was one thing. But when we went, we were not expected to get any money. We're not expected to get a meal or anything. Like my mom and dad were just like, you need to go help them, because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, that's what you do with your family. That's what you do with friends, is like you help them. And so today, but like in today's society, I know a lot of parents, a lot of guardians, or wherever that
Galaxy of the Guardians.
Yeah, whatever that role is, they tend to favor paying kids to do their chores. And so my question, topic, whatever it is, why do we feel it's necessary to pay kids to do something that they should be taught responsible to do?
So
if that makes any sense.
I was gonna say, hold up a minute ago, because I was just gonna say that I wasn't trained like that. My parents, they did pay us to do chores, and I was just gonna say, where is it? Because I haven't used it in so long.
Okay.
And I can't find it. Oh, there it goes. I was gonna be like this. Remember my sound bites? Anyway, that was a record scratcher, because I was like, hold up. I was gonna get paid to do some chores, and I wasn't gonna do no chores for free. And I think you and I actually kind of disagreed on this, raising our kids, and you would give them money just to say that they were your kids.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay. But first of all, you used to say that chores is the children's contribution for being in that household.
Being in the household. Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, well, then let me walk out. I mean,
peace, homie.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing. And my other thought was, as an adult, you get paid to do your chores, even though you said you don't. You do.
How do I get paid?
Let me see. So you get paid. I don't know about everybody else, but when I come home, I give you all my money, and you've done the lawn, you've taken out the trash, and
Well, I don't do that for the money. Like, that's not why I do it. I don't. If
I'm just kidding. I took the trash out, honey. So you want a reward?
Can I get $5?
So you want a reward? That's what you're saying. Oh, okay. I mean, I understand what you're saying. As an adult, we do those things because we have to. Otherwise, your house gets dirty, gets stinky. Nobody's going to do it for you, type of thing. I understand that. But
if I was living by myself and I took the trash out, who's going to pay me for doing that?
Well, first of all, I mean, I'd like to point out that if you a cleaning lady, you finna get paid to take someone's trash out.
I'm not talking, but you're paying somebody to take the trash. I'm talking about being at home. Like, for instance, what do you get paid to wash clothes, to clean our house?
I don't know.
Besides just being married to me.
Where's the womp womp button? Womp womp womp. Just kidding. Oh wait. This one. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think it just has to do with For me, I got paid to do chores.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm
Oh,
not.
here's this one. Here's this one.
I guess for me, I don't. I mean, I don't. I understand having projects or doing things for kids to make money or to earn money. I'm not. That's not what I'm arguing, or that's not my stance. I'm saying there are things that we do in life that we don't get paid to
What
do.
did you say the other day? Something about you said you don't get credit for that.
You don't get credit. There are things in our life that you don't get credit. You do things that that's what you're expected to do. Like those
What are you
that's
expected to do?
Responsibility.
Show up for work.
Show up for work on time. That's what you got hired to do. Show up to work on time. You don't get credit for it.
But you get paid for it.
I've never been late at all. You're like, you don't get credit for that. That's like,
That's part of your
when
job.
the kids, exactly. So for me, when you have kids, the reason you start teaching them to wash dishes and take out the trash and pick up their dirty clothes and clean their room is you're teaching them responsibility. And if we pay them money or give them money for doing a responsibility, then what happens is they become lazy and they won't do anything unless there is immediate gratification or unless there's a reward for that. There are some things that you don't get rewards for. Like,
So is this why young kids won't hold jobs?
that's why I think so.
Because
You know.
they do go to work to get paid, but because they're not getting that payment the same day, they're not getting it for another 2 weeks or paycheck or a week later. It makes it harder for them to keep that job.
I think it does, and then that they're slow to be involved or help unless they're getting paid in almost in any area, whether it's community service, church, helping somebody out. Like they'll just drive by people instead of helping somebody out, or
That's true.
because they're like, well, I'm not going to get paid to that. What am I going to get for doing that? And that's it's literally a thought process that I feel like and I'm just taking responsibility. And I never paid my kids to do chores, but we give our kids and we've trained them to expect something for everything that we do.
Kind of sounds like, here, stand on your tiptoes.
Yeah, that's kind of what. Yeah,
Raise your paw.
we're training them. Like we're training,
Throwing them a doggy
we're training
treat.
our kids, our
To
teenagers,
do tricks.
to do things for a reward only. And when you're talking about like they don't want to go to work or hold a job or whatever because they don't get an immediate check,
Gratification.
immediate gratification. But I think it's
Bro,
even
go work for Jack of all trades.
Well,
They pay the same day.
I think that's the flip side of it. That's what I was fixing to say is that I think on the flip side of that is that we even train them worse because we pay them immediately. So if all I need is $50,
Well, I'm going to go to Jack of all trades today,
I'm
and
gonna
I'm
go
not going to
work
work for
I'm
3
gonna-
days,
yeah,
and I'm
I'm
going to go
gonna
back to work.
And so there's no consistency. There's no dependability. Like there's no responsibility because if I don't get paid, I'm not going to do nothing. And so and for me, that's why I stopped making the bed because you wouldn't pay me. So I'm like, you're not going to pay me to pick up my underwear, so they're going to stay on the floor. You're not going to pay me to make up my bed.
I just want to say I pay you to do your chores. I pay you to do your chores. So just so you all know, he gets paid to do his chores.
I get paid. So so that's what it is. I get paid every time. What can I say?
I have a live-in maid, guys. I just want to say I have it made. I'm just saying.
You don't pay me to do what that's going. What did you say? That's my contribution. Like we live in the house together. My contribution is
Because
taking
he
the trash
doesn't
out and
go.
clean.
He doesn't technically go to work. I technically go to
I don't
work.
go to work.
I mean,
I don't have a 9 to 5.
There you go.
An 8-hour day.
no,
job.
you have a 24-hour emergency hotline call. Hey, I need your
This
help.
is true.
Yeah. So, but
I'm more self-employed more than anything.
yes. So you're self-employed to me.
Right.
You're. I pay you to clean my house, to do my laundry.
Where's my underwear? I need my tea.
The light is still on. I mean, I'm just teasing. But
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that you are right in that sense. I didn't see it then, but I see it now, knowing that we have not paid our kids to do chores. Just talking about it reminds me about the immediate gratification issue, and this is so funny, and I swear we should just call this my job podcast because I talk about them so often. But just saying that we have to be told, and I'm sure it's not just my job, but it's other jobs. We have to be told, listen, guys, if you see an empty glass, fill it. If you see a dirty plate, pick it up. Doesn't matter that it's not your table.
Right.
Doesn't matter that it was on the floor. If you see something on the floor, pick it up.
And that's what I'm saying.
But we have to be told that
that's what
every
I'm saying.
morning
That's
in a meeting.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That is it's because I would almost bet that if you looked at the people that you're currently working with,
They're all young.
I bet that almost all of them got paid to do chores.
I didn't think about that. You want me to take a poll? I'll take a poll.
If you're listening, and
How many of you got paid to do chores?
I mean,
let's just ask that.
Right. So if
Your work ethics is going to show that.
That's good because that's literally how
We
I
found
feel.
the missing link, guys.
I feel
If
like
you got so all y'all are going to be at work. Y'all going to be looking at everybody to see what they're doing. Oh, ooh, you got paid to do chores. That's why you ain't doing it, because you ain't getting paid right now.
Yep. It's rough. That's ugly, but I really feel like that's the deal.
And if you didn't get paid to do chores, that means you're probably a hard worker because you're a part of a team and your family trained you to be a part of that team. That
contributor.
Yeah, the contributor, and it's easy for you to say it's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
I'll do
You
it.
see it.
Oh, look,
you know?
there's something there. Let me pick it up.
To me, that's why. For me, being in ministry, that's one of the things that I always felt like I would always look for. I would, if there's trash on the floor, or if there was dirty dishes at the church, or like something that was not done or needed to be done or taken care of.
Oh, you a pastor now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, so no, I'm saying like what I look for is just even as a leader, like if somebody does that, like if they see something on the floor and they pick it up, or they see the trash full and they take it out, that's leadership material to me. To me, that's leadership material. And the reason I say that is because the only way that you can lead is to be a servant. You can't lead if you're not willing to serve, because even when you think about people that lead, they really don't get paid for leading.
Extra, right?
They don't get paid for leading.
You're right.
And it takes a different mind process and a different mindset and thought process in doing that. And so a lot of times I think we've got to a place where where we do not initiate action unless there's money or reward involved.
Oh, that's horrible.
So like they'll just sit there.
So
like, are you going to help them?
talking? Are you throwing shots at me?
No, I'm just.
I'm just saying, because the other day, so I have to tell y'all about this because I got paid. No, I got paid to do my chores. I got paid. So I was working the system. I'm just going to be honest. Hi, my name is Mia, and I was working the system. So there was this app that our job offered, and it was saying all kinds of stuff, like you had to exercise, you had to, what was the other one? You had to take a online
Survey.
classes, a survey, and then you had to go do a biometric screening, which meant you got to go get stuck, and get blood drawn and all that, right? You bet your girl was on it because it was about payday, and it was $200 within what, 2 weeks?
About 2.5
Yeah,
weeks.
the deadline was like October 31st, and I think I found out about it, like October 15th?
Yeah, it was about
somewhere in there.
about 2.5 weeks.
And I was like on it. I was up all night doing these classes, filling out the surveys. He's like, "What are you doing over there?" I said, "I'm about that. I'm finna make some money. I mean, I'm getting paid to go to the doctor." He's like, "Girl, you done been to the doctor like 12 times this month." And I'm like, I'm getting paid for it, so I'm gonna go. And it was funny though, and I made it before the deadline. What, like 3 days before the deadline?
Something like that. It was really short, cutting it close.
Yeah, it was cutting it close, but I was like, hair flip, $200. I meant, it was just saying that to say that was my incentive to go back to the doctor and to say, I know I got stuck last week, but stick me again. I mean, I didn't know about the $50 then, but $75, wasn't it? It was $75. I was like, here, prick me.
I was like, sign me up.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that was my incentive to do that, was to, because I was going to get paid to do it. And I'm not saying that I'm like that all the time, but I'm about that freebie life, guys. And if or coupons, as croupons as I call them, but if if I find out about it and I know that it's going to be easy money, I'm going to do it. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to take the hard way or the long way, or if I see trash and I'm not going to be a part of a team. That's not it. You've taught us well, and me and my kids, to be part of a team, which makes us all really good workers, minus the the boys. But I'm just saying that we're really good workers, and that's because you taught us to be a part of a team, and you didn't pay us to do chores, And it's so funny. And I told somebody this the other day. I was like, I like my job because and my kids are all moved out, and I get to buy stuff when I want it, and I don't have to wait 3 weeks later. Amazon one click, as Marco would say. Ooh, buy it.
Right.
Ooh, buy it. I'm just saying.
That's where I feel
instant gratification.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where a lot of times parents don't realize that they're literally creating, when they're raising their kids and they're paying them to do chores and paying them to do things that you don't normally get paid for. People don't get paid for. So they're creating probably one of the worst employees.
Yeah.
One of the worst people to work with, one of the worst team members, because that team member would be like, well, what's in it for me?
Ooh,
instead of
McDonald's employees all day.
Instead of being involved in what's going on a larger scale, they're like, well, nobody's paying me to pick up that trash. So they literally walk by and pick up trash.
Oh, I can't
walk by and don't pick up trash. Like for me, the thing that people don't like to do is they don't like to take the trash out when it's full. Like everybody, I guarantee you're gonna go to a restaurant, you're gonna be somewhere, and you're probably in your house. The trash is piled up and it's overflowing. And I've seen people, they'll add another bag, like next to the trash can.
Oh my God, I saw that the other day.
They'll put a bag there and start filling it up, and they won't even take the trash bag out that's full in the trash can. But
that brother there got paid for chores.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, man. And so having that conversation the other day, I was just like, I don't think that we realize the type of society that we're creating in our kids for the future.
A perfect example. I have two examples.
Uh-oh.
One was one of our kids, and I don't know if you'll remember this or not, but we tried to pay them to make touchdowns. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We're like, every touchdown
That wasn't me.
It was me. It was me. My name is Mia, and I'm an enabler. So I said, we're going to pay him to make touchdowns. Every touchdown you make, you can have $5. That brother there was like, nah, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I meant everything I could do. And I thought money would motivate, but money did not motivate. And it's so funny because now you look at the football players and they've got like all these $1 million contracts. Their mamas paid them to play football. I'm just saying. No, they probably did not get paid.
Yeah.
That's what made it fun for them. And that's, now that they're getting paid, they're spoiled.
Yeah, and that's where the reward is not in getting paid to do what you're responsible for. The reward is being able to do what you're not getting paid to do. That to me is the greater reward when you're doing things, and you're not doing it for the money. You're not doing it for the benefit. You're just being a servant. And to me, I like to watch people's expression when you do things that's unexpected. If you take responsibility for something or do something, they're like, wow, like, and they try to pay you, and you're like, oh, I'm good. To me, that's, be all scriptural and holy. Like, that's a blessing. Like, it's to be a blessing is supposed to be better than not being a blessing, right? And so, I think when we pay our kids to do chores or to do the things that we're responsible for, we create takers. We create lazy employees. Mm-hmm. We create.
Stop breaking your employees, man.
And it's that's just it's just now, but
you gonna pay me to do that? I cannot stand that if somebody says that.
I love my grandkids, but whenever my grandkids want to get paid to do something, like I'm not paying them. But there are times with my grandkids, like I'll have a project or something, and I'll be like, hey, come do this, and I'll pay you. Right? But it's not a chore; it's something extra work. It's a project. Yeah. That's a little bit different.
That means slave labor.
Yes.
Child labor.
Child labor laws. Yeah, I break them all the time. And so, but I think when we pay our kids or our grandparents, our grandkids to do things that they should be doing, I really feel like, what did you say, that we enable them? Like we
Yeah.
enable, we become the enablers, when we do that.
I think I'm gonna make a shirt that says that I'm an enabler, because I am an enabler. But knowing is half the battle, and I know that, so I'm real cautious. And I've told my kids this before. Please don't ask me, because I'm probably going to tell you yes, and I should probably say no, but I know better. But I say yes anyway. And now that I have this new job, I do like saying yes, and so I'm just like, yeah. So now it's just easier for me to give you all my money. Say, gotta ask Dad. I ain't got nothing. I'm sorry, don't know the finances. Can't ask me, right?
Most of the time.
It's good. I mean, it works. It works right here. Teamwork. High five, babe.
Teamwork, yeah.
So,
Well, stop paying your kids to do chores. No, you do what you want to do. They're your kids.
but if you raise lazy workers, don't get mad when they be calling you.
Can't got no
Mom,
job.
I can't go to work. I need some money.
Right.
Mom. Okay, well, I trained you to go to work. Yeah, but you always take care of me. Oh, there it is right there. I mean,
Dun, dun,
busted. Just saying. Myth busted.
Right.
Right.
Anyway, that was pretty much what I was thinking as far as having that conversation about paying kids to do chores or paying grandkids to do chores. My 2 cents is I don't agree with it.
Stop creating lazy workers.
Dun, dun.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. All right. I had another example, because I
Okay.
did say 2 examples, but I can't remember the other one. So we're just going to end there. I was just going to say that I really, this is another example, but I really love my job because they are a team. If you aren't doing your part because you're either busy or behind, or maybe you forgot, they will pick up the slack for you, and then they'll remind you gently after that, and they'll say, it's all right, I have nothing to do, or I'll help you. And not for you to be lazy, but for you to be able to do that next time when you have the time and they don't have the time. It is a huge team, and I love it when they all do that. And if they even say something like, well, that's not my job, we're like, you ain't finna last here, because we don't work like that.
Right.
We don't roll like that.
Well, and it goes back to what you said earlier. You talked about contributors and, being a part of the team and the family. And when you're raising your kids, it's exactly that. When you're a part of the team, you should be contributing to the team, the overall. And I think
well, it's what I said about tithing and stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when you think about contributors, you have contributors and dependents.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that before too.
And so if they're not contributing, then they're dependents. And
you can only hold so many dependents in your arm.
right. And you only get so many tax breaks for those.
Yeah, and I don't even know that you get that
I
anymore.
don't think you do. I don't know.
We don't have
I
kids, so
don't
it
know.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, so there we go.
We find in every tax break everywhere else.
Right.
Don't pay your babies to do the chores.
That's it. That's all I got.
Mamas, don't pay your babies to do the chores. Sorry. Anyway, there's my song for the day, and that's my 2 cents. I'm sorry, my 50 cents.
50 cents.
Yeah.
All right. Matt, thank you so much for listening. We'll holler at you guys later. Y'all be blessed. Follow us on all our social media sites and all that cool stuff. Like, subscribe, share. Talk to you later. Peace out, homies.
Thank you for listening to the Riverside Weekly. This podcast is made possible by the givers of Riverside Community Church. Download the Riverside Waco app to stay connected and follow us on all social media sites at the Riverside Waco. Production and engineering provided by Capital G and RTV in Waco, Texas.